Hi, good evening, everyone. Today I'd like to present the EName project. It's a part of the PPSwap repo, and this is what the EName project looks like in the interface from the front end. Basically, you can register wallet address to a nice EName, preferably it's your nickname and a .e. So let's take a look what the interface looks like. So you say you can uh, click the registration. Let me see. Okay, over here. So there are three functionality. The first one is you can connect your wallet to the this page over here. So let's say I connect the wallet over here. Now it's going to connect to, in my case, it's going to connect to Trust Wallet. So this is the address of the Trust Wallet, which is, if you go over here, you go to Polygon. Because this is working on Polygon, I deploy this contract on Polygon. If you deploy on Ethereum, then connect to Ethereum. If you connect on Base, you connect to Base. And this on the Trust Wallet, this is the icon you can switch to between different blockchain. I switch to Polygon over here. Okay, switch to Let me just go back. It's already Polygon. So uh, and then right now I have a 0.6 Polygon, and registration takes 0.1 as a registration fee. So in your case, if you use a test blockchain, you should get some free native token there, so that should be okay. Otherwise, we can do registration. So let me try to register the current one. Let's just try register over here, and then it's going to pop up, and it's going to take away 0.1 registration. Well, there's some error, but I think that may be something else. Let's see if it's working or not. I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. So, so let me check my registration and see if it's working. Now let me convert the EName, C-E, and do a translation over here. Yeah, so 219 is my address of my wallet for the Polygon. Actually, if you click the Polygon over here and then click receive, this is my address. So it's corresponding. So on the other hand, if you copy my address over here, I do the reverse translation. It should be get back to be C-E. And previously, I also have another registration already. It's like ename.e. It's another address I registered before. See, it's also registered. And and this is permanent. So you don't have to pay annual fee. You just pay 0.1 Polygon forever. You have taken this name. Nobody else can register this thing anymore. We are going to look at the code and see how that's done. And of course, you can also replace this. And suppose you don't like this thing anymore. Tomorrow you say, I'm going to register the log.e for the same address. Then this name will become available and return back to the contract. So then the contract address will have a new EName. So the next thing is let's look at how this is actually done in terms of the code. It's inside the PPSwap repo over here. I'm going to explain very briefly today. Just keep the video very brief because I want to focus on the setup part. So you go here. Usually people to see two part, back end and front end over here. Click the EName over here. And then you're able to see back end EName. So you deploy it over the any blockchain. In my case, I deploy on the Polygon official website, and the way you deploy it already explained before. Basically, you can follow one of the example over here on the script. Say deploy contract.t, which tells you 1, 2, 3, 4. I think probably you're going to use just number 3 step, or either step 3 or step 4 will do the same. Step 4, in addition, is going to verify the contract code. So it's going to upload the source code and make sure the source code is compatible, consistent with the bytecode over here. Otherwise, you can simply use this and make sure you replace the GOLI URL by your URL of the blockchain you want to deploy. And to get the URL, you need to either go to Alchemy and go to Infura to register yourself to get a free URL, APC. That's basically the endpoint. You connect your application to the blockchain. So that's how you deploy the back end. I already deployed it, so I'm simply going to just use just worry about the front end right now. So the front end is actually 3 files you need to worry about. The EName over here. So it contains EName API.json, register.html, index.html. In particular, the register.html give you the real code. Okay, but because the index.html simply give you this. Not too much to explain. So this is the interesting part. Register.html contains 3 of these. Okay, so there are 3 functions you can call over here. And then I'm going to explain a little bit over here, not so much. So first of all, you have the button over here to connect the button. When you connect this, then it's going to connect to the wallet. And then if you click the register, then the register name is going to be called. The register name is basically called a backend. Okay, so here I specify the contract address because it's already deployed, and then we need to load the contract API. That's very important because you need to basically have the interface in JSON format. And I'm going to explain how this file is, where this file is coming from. So this part basically is load the contract API. So the client knows what argument each function takes. Here's a synchronous function that translates the E address, which is take the element of the EName input, which is the string of the EName, and then call the E address, which is a method in the contract that map the EName to the address. If the mapping is wrong, you print some information. This one to do the other one, you call the E address, another method over here, which is going to translate the E address back to EName, and then you print it out. And here's the registration assistant function to register EName. And over here, we try to pass registration fee and make sure registration fee is correct. Otherwise, we are going to connect to the account 0. This is the connector account, and then we are going to send the this is basically going to send the registration fee as a native token to the account. Okay, and then we are going to check if the registration is connected on or it's okay or not, and then otherwise we print an error. And this is how we do the connection. Basically, we do a toggle connection. So if you click it, it will connect. If you click it again, it will disconnect. So trying to understand this part of the code to do the connection. Basically, you call this line over here to connect to the account over here. And in addition, we also need to load a contract API. We only need to load once. Okay. And then we're going to call the EName. So by default, we call it EName when you connect. So it's going to return back the EName if it exists. If it doesn't exist, we'll print out this. If it exists, we print out EName. So basically, we are doing a reverse translation to check if the current connected account have an EName or not. Okay. Otherwise, if it's already connected, we are going to disconnect it by the following code. So one thing over here is you add this event listener to the connect button. So in this way, when you click the connect button on the top, this function is going to be called. So add a listener to the connect button in the beginning over here. So I think that's very much for the front end, I think the most interesting part probably is going to look at the back end over here. Look at the back end. Oh, I still want to look at the front end also. Line 100, I believe. 100 is the address. So this is contract address. So it might be helpful to look at it by the polygon scan in this case. Over here, polygon scan. So that's polygon scan. This is where this is address where this is a contract of the EName I deploy. So because actually I'm using the third option of I'm using the third option. Oh, I'm sorry, go back over here. I'm using, look at this deploy contract is over here. When you use the last one, if you use this command over here, verification. So what a verification is going to do is going to upload a code over here. And when you do that, basically you can actually do a few things. You can see the interface over here, all the reader contract and all the writer contract interface, all the function for the read or function for the write. In addition, you can also create a code. You see the code over here. The most important is you can have the contract API. So if you export or you can copy these, and that's how you get the uh, EName, the three file. One of the file is API JSON. So let me go back over here just to make sure. So in the front end, this EName API.json, that's actually coming from right here. Okay, this is JSON. Is this. All right, so anything else I need to say? Yes, so that's very much of it. And then this is the contract address. And make sure when you deploy your own front end, you have to change the line over here 100 to the contract address you use. And also make sure you are connecting to the right blockchain, either Polygon or Base or whatever, or Ethereum. So need to matching of those. And then now let's look at the EName contract over here. You can look at over here, but let's look at the repo. Maybe that's easier over here. The back end over here. Also, I'm going to explain very briefly. First of all, it's ERC20. The contract is actually ERC20. That's why you have EName token. And then more importantly, it's actually you have two mapping from the address to EName, from EName to address. And then you also have a donation account. Over here, every EName will be converted to a lowercase using the help function to lower, and then you're going to pay registration fee as a native token, in this case a Polygon, and then you're going to double check the name is not used yet, and then you're going to delete the old mapping because the address you are connecting might already have a EName. You're not going to use that. You're going to use a new EName now, so you're going to delete the old mapping, and then you establish the two mapping as new. Send the registration fee to the donation account, and then if there's sufficient balance in this contract token, then you're going to give away some free EName token to register as incentive, probably. Okay, so very simple. So now you might be wondering, you only have one function register. What about the other function? Well, the other two functions is the default. When you declare this is public, EName automatically become a function that map address to string, EName in this case, and the address is also another public function, map EName to address. So that's very much of it. So the last step I like to tell you is how can I deploy this? Well, we already told you how you deploy the backend, basically using the deploy contracts, the forth command using the forge. So we only need to worry about how to deploy the front end. Essentially, in this example, we are going to use the AXMPP that people already use. So you can download, believe, just search for AX, XAMPP. Okay. So you install this. And the reason I install this is because it's easier. Essentially, any web server is going to work. Okay. So once you install that, then what I do is I enable Apache. So running Apache is a web server. As I said, any web server is going to be working. And then what do we do? Simply copy all the three files under the HDOC over here, which is root document directory. You see, I have copied EName API JSON over here, index HTML over here, register HTML. Then that's done. So in this case, all I need to do is just localhost and then index.html, like I just showed you in the beginning. You click here, go to register, and then now everything is working. Nothing need to be done. So it looks like the three file is just put in the right place, and then automatically, if you connect to Wallet, automatically everything will go together. The front page, the Wallet, and the back end all will work together. And this is the first Web3 project. The advantage is the back end is using the blockchain as a database in this case, and sometimes you can use blockchain together with the database as a back end, and the front end is simply HTML, maybe in the future JavaScript, and then here sign in, you don't need to register username password. One wallet can connect to any Web3 website, and that's very beautiful. So thank you very much. And if you have any question, let me know.